Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I make scrapbooking process videos and also do live scrap and chats every month. I hope you enjoy my little corner of the big crafty world, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to always know when I have a new video. If you could also give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Alright everyone, let's start scrapping! Hello everyone, and welcome to the December episode of For the Love of Crafting and Sharing, a monthly YouTube hop that is done by many YouTube crafters. Now, this is a nice mix of all sorts of different scrapbooking projects. Some are single pages, some are double pages, some do traveler's notebooks. So it's really fun to see what everyone creates each month. Now, this month we are, shockingly enough, going with a holiday themed layout. So whatever holiday you happen to celebrate, I'm sure is what is going to be done by each of the crafters. I am a Christmas celebrator, so I am actually going to be doing a double page layout. Now, I don't always do double page layouts. For those of you who are new here, I do more the majority single pages, but when I have enough photos to do a double page layout, I do a double page layout. And so I wanted to share with you a layout that I am going to be making about one of the really fun things I got to do last year before all of COVID hit and everything. We went up to the Yankee candle store in Massachusetts, their flagship store, and it's just got some really fun activities and fun things to buy, and it's a really good time. And I went up with my best friend and my nephew, who is her son, plus my stepfather. Obviously this year, not doing a lot of things where we go out and mix with the public. So I thought it would be fun to go ahead and do this layout, because that way it gives me a chance to relive the fun we had last year. Now, I'm going to be using this page maps sketch for this. I think originally I had planned to do it for some sort of challenge, but just didn't get to it. So that's fine. I still like the sketch, and I thought it would be fun to go ahead and use it for that. I have also pulled together a page kit filled with PhotoPlay Paper's Dear Santa. This is a line from a couple of years ago. I had the full collection pack. I actually got it as a swag bag for a crop I went to, which is why I know it was several years ago. And then I've already pulled in my title from the alpha sticker sheet. I've also got some other stickers and pieces of embellishments. Wow, I couldn't remember the word embellishments, including some really old stuff from making memories. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get you on fast forward before I just start nattering away, before I do a couple things. First of all, if you look in the description box below, there will be a link to all of the other videos of all of the other YouTubers participating this month in the For the Love of Crafting and Sharing video YouTube hop. And also, no matter what you celebrate or when you celebrate it or how you celebrate it, I hope you're having a wonderful holiday season, even though it's most likely a very different holiday season than what you're used to. All right, everyone, so let's get going. All right, so this video is a little bit longer because it is a double page layout, and I make a bunch of mistakes because that's always super awesome. So my first mistake is actually cutting both pieces of white cardstock together that I'm going to be using for my background. I do end up cutting one like a good 1/8 of an inch shorter than the other. And all I'm going through now is trimming out the pieces of paper in the sizes they are in the page map sketch. I'm going to pop that up on the screen in just a second, because I am going to follow, at least with paper placement, pretty much to the letter. I'm going to have that band across the top with the smaller band beneath it. I'm going to have those 4 circular elements. I'm going to have the center piece, that multicolor snowflake paper I cut, and then this damask paper I'm going to use across the top of that centerpiece along with a little scallop piece as well. So my paper placement stays very true to form. Now, when I do a double page layout and I'm following a sketch, this is pretty much the norm for me. If I'm gonna do a sketch and it's double page, simply because I don't do a ton of double page layouts, and so when I'm following a sketch, it just is easier for me just to follow the sketch to the letter. Now, with a single page sketch, I'm far more likely just to use it as a jumping off point and then move on and completely take it in a different direction. Now I'm just seeing which of those two red and white papers I prefer to make my scallop piece out of. I do finally decide just to do the diagonal stripe rather than the one with the snowflakes on it. So I cut ahead from that because it was super duper repetitive. And now what I'm going to do is take my circle punch and punch out 4 circles from some music note paper, and that's what I'm going to use for the circular elements that I use in the upper right hand corner, and that's actually going to end up being a large embellishment cluster that I really like how it ends up looking. So I was very happy with that particular one. So once I get those cut out, I'm also going to trim another piece of that music note paper, and basically I'm going to use it as a base layer for where my title is going to go, only I accidentally cut it at the wrong size. I meant to cut it 4 inches wide, but I actually only cut it to 3 inches wide because I'm a goofball. So now I've trimmed that. I don't know why I trimmed, I must be using the other side of that striped paper because I don't remember using that at all except, oh no, that's the scallop piece. I just can't, my playback for while I'm doing the voiceover is much lower quality than what you guys see, so I couldn't see that that was scalloped. So here's where that white paper, I realized it was a good 1/8 of an inch smaller than the other piece, so I went ahead and just cut another one. It's totally fine. What I'll just do is I'll trim that down for a layout when I want to have a border of pattern paper. No big deal. Won't go to waste at all. You will find that I mess up my lining up one side of my 12 by 12 with the other side of the 12 by 12, and that is something I do all the time. I put my layouts in albums that are 3-ring, so they don't necessarily sit where they butt up against each other. Instead, you've got the 3-ring section in the center, so it's not something I am overly concerned about. Am I slightly annoyed when I do it? Absolutely, but definitely not enough to start over again. It's just one of those things. Now, this part of the layout where I'm just basically gluing everything together and putting it in place, I am going to cut out and cut back in, and I sped it up really fast simply because I'm just laying the papers down exactly where they were in the sketch. So you'll see here, I'm lining up the pieces, the circular pieces, and I'm going to glue that behind the gray piece that I'm using at the top. But if you look at the bottom of the screen, when I'm trying to line this up, I didn't check the bottom of my paper to see if the white papers were lined up. I will find this is a mistake when I go to put the two pieces together. Oh look, they're not lined up at all. But like I said, slight annoyance, but I get over it and I'm not going to freak out about it. Now I'm putting my photos down. I have a couple of extra photos. I thought I might. That's totally okay. I'm actually going to do another layout using 2 of the other photos and tell another story that happened while we were at this Yankee candle shop. So this is their flagship store up in Massachusetts, and here's where I realized that I cut it too short, so I'm going to recut another piece. We're up at the Yankee Candle store in Massachusetts. It's a great shopping area. There's events there. There's things you can do. It's super fun. Obviously not going this year. I mentioned that, I believe, in the opening part of this video. But that photo all the way over to the right of my stepfather and my nephew that I'm gluing down right now, that is my absolute favorite photo. They have little tableaus set up of, look, how cute these items are that you should totally buy from our store. And this was like the kitchen sale area. So I had my nephew sit in one of the chairs and grab a cup. And I was going to take his picture, and my stepfather was like, wait! And he goes, he grabs an oven mitt and like a little tray like that you'd serve cookies on, and he gets in the photo. And in case you're wondering why my stepfather is one of my favorite people, that photo is absolutely one of the reasons why. All right, so now that I've gone on about that photo, there's also like a Christmas village. There's there's a whole German section. It's really fun. There's all these different sections. There's kind of like a farmhouse section. They've got a history of candle making section. So it's a nice mix of museum-y type thing with things you can buy, which I like as much as the next person. So all of my title stuff comes from this line, Dear Santa by PhotoPlay Paper. I had just had this title in mind of holidaying at Yankee Candle from the moment I meant to do this page, that I went ahead and put it on wax paper. I did then reinforce all of them with liquid glue, because when you put things on wax paper, when you make page kits, you do lose some of the stick. So that white acrylic piece, Joy, that is from Bella Boulevard. That is several years old. My friend Colleen went to one of their warehouse sales, and she got me a whole bunch of acrylic words, and I've been using them here and there, and I found that one. I was like, awesome. I was so happy to use that. And speaking of old, nothing is as old in my stash as these Making Memory, the double layer buttons, and then the Making Memories chipboard buttons as well. So those, and then that flare I made from a 6x6 paper pad. I don't even remember who made the paper pad. It was my friend. I was at a crop, and my friend Deb had one of those flare making machines, and this was a couple years ago as well, and I had made a whole bunch of these with the little snowflakes on them, and I think these are actually my last two, because I used them for Christmas cards one year, so that was super fun. All right. I am almost finished embellishing here. I also have some snowflakes that are from wood veneer. So I have these really cute embellishment clusters featuring a lot of circular elements. And when I am doing a double page layout, because everything is so linear, because you're doing that 12 by 24, I really love to bring in non-linear elements like the circles and the snowflakes. I like to bring in some depth like the flare and the wood veneer and the acrylic piece, because I just think it breaks up the lines, all of those horizontal lines that we have going on, and it just helps move your eyes around without just going straight across the layout. All right, so I am pretty close to being done here. I'm going to pull out an LE Studio journaling block for my journaling. Oh, I still have to get some of those pieces down. I'm adding a dimensional adhesive to both of the flare. And as I said, that I don't remember what 6x6 paper pad I trimmed those out of, but I did add extra glue to the Making Memories pieces that already have foam dots on them. They came that way, but as I said, those are so old. I was very unsure that they would stay at all. All right, here I am finally adding my journaling. Once I do add my journaling, the final thing I'm going to do is add some gold Heidi Swap Color Shine. And while I'm finishing up this layout, I just want to say thank you guys so much for joining me here, and thank you for watching all the videos, for the love of crafting and sharing. Hopefully you will go down in the description box, and if you don't follow them already, you will go take a gander at the videos all of the YouTubers have put together for this month's episode. Once again, first I was going to do green, but I only have velveteen green out, and so I did not think that was the correct shade, so I went with the gold. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful holiday. Have a wonderful day. Bye!